This news program is proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Now Biscuits.
A very good evening. This is National EMTV News. I'm Malinta Yopolo. Thank you for joining us. Number One Savings and Loan Society continues to make impressive growth in membership, member savings, and its other products. These were highlighted by Chief Executive Officer John Solok yesterday.
During the credit rating announcement for the 2024 financial year for Number One Savings and Loan Society, CEO John Solok said the institution had performed extremely well with all its products achieving growth.
And obviously our membership growth is also aided by the fact that we consider ourselves provider of high quality customer service standards. Member savings. By the close of 2024, we achieved 139 million, which is also a growth of 20% from the previous year. This increase reflects the growing trust by our members in our services and our commitment to providing them with competitive savings options. And obviously the fact that they do trust us, that they continue to maintain a strong saving disposition towards now 139 as at the end of December 2024. Since the inception of the savings loans, reaching a total of 75.9 million by the end of 2024. That growth is largely driven by our competitive lending rate, fast turnaround service, and our overall quality of member services.
Chairman of Number One Savings and Loan Society, John Cholai, thanked the staff and made special mentions to the Board of Directors for providing crucial leadership in the institution by setting strategic direction, overseeing operations, and ensuring accountability. Mr. Cholai said they are expecting even better results going forward.
They are very open and very open in terms of being able to put their views forward. So it may be that the majority sort of moving towards one way, and then we will have a voice will say, hey, what about this? And then we are able to discuss, and then we are able to maybe shift or think of probably a better way to deal with that same issue. And that is actually what I find really dynamic and really good with our board, is because we've got a very good strength of people from, so we got, for example, and we bring in collectively, our views towards, reaching the issues for the benefit of Number One Savings and Loans. We also have the benefit of Director Arava that ties in a lot of stuff that we talk about in relation to that major employer group, and that is, and also from his experience.
Pakatambua, National EMTV News.
With the recent launching of National Banking Corporation, Prime Minister James Marape is calling on all Papua New Guineans to buy equity in the commercial bank. During the launch of the National Banking Corporation recently, Prime Minister James Marape said with the new commercial bank expecting an initial public offering on the Port Moresby Stock Exchange towards the end of 2026, he wants to see 80% of NBC owned by Papua New Guinea companies and people, while 20% shareholding remains with the state through Kumul Consolidated Holdings. He called on Papua New Guineans to prepare to invest in NBC, adding that provincial governments and their subsidiary companies must take keen investment interest in the new commercial bank and prepare for the IPO. The expansion into the banking sector is part of the reforms currently undertaken by the Marape Rosso government to revitalize state-owned enterprises to become commercially profitable and better service-oriented for the people of Papua New Guinea. Prime Minister James Marape has reaffirmed agriculture as the cornerstone of Papua New Guinea's future economic growth, urging all stakeholders to rally behind a united national effort to unlock the full potential of agriculture sector. Delivering a keynote address at the closing of the National Agriculture Industry of Public-Private Sector Partnership Conference in Lae, Morobe Province yesterday, the Prime Minister said his government policy on restructuring the agriculture sector into 4 distinct ministries to manage mainstream agriculture, livestock, oil crops and coffee was designed to improve focus, enhance leadership accountability, and encourage specialization. He said this is not a matter of insufficient funding, but building the right delivery structures that will strengthen the implementation capacity so that benefits reach the farmers. Prime Minister Marape highlighted that the historic investment in the infrastructures under the Connect PNG program is one of the most significant enablers of agricultural growth. With the road from Edenberg Wall to Teleforming now being accessed for the first time, the government is building roads across Gulf, Ella and Southern Highlands corridors. The Prime Minister revealed that the government has partnered with Australia to upgrade 6 major ports, including Lae, Port Moresby, Kavieng, Oro, Kimbe and Vanimo, to accommodate increased agricultural exports. Despite the accelerated growth in Papua New Guinea's economy in 2024 and focus of more growth ahead, there is still a need to address its development challenges. This was highlighted by the Asian Development Bank in a recent conference held in Port Moresby.
In a conference held by ADB this week, senior economist Sudumna Dahal highlighted the areas where Papua New Guinea needs to improve on in order to foster the growth of the economy as predicted by the ADB. Mr. Dahal said factors like power blackouts, security concerns, and high business costs are existing challenges for development.
We have Mama Bank CEO here, so we can know that how people could have this formal channel will help. If there's some death in the family, if there's if someone is sick in the family, we can get that financial access to help with that, right? So those building that sort of financial sector, and one is the financial sector, but I was saying in terms of the electricity, bringing down the business costs, or education, health. And PNG, 44% is the secondary enrollment in this country, right? So those, I think, the internal challenges that if we could start addressing, that will sort of build, I would say, the...
Mr. Sudumna said the significant growth in 2024 was driven by resource sector with significant increase in gold and copper production, while hydrocarbon output weakened due to lower liquefied natural gas production.
Four largest partners, if I rank, I think in 2023-24, Japan has the highest, in China, then we have Australia, and then we have Singapore in terms of the share of exports that we are exporting to these 4 countries. Because of the global outlook, the potential slowdown in some of these countries, that's where the shock is going to come from. For example, if the copper or the prices and then the demand both, right? So PNG exports are roughly in the range of $1 billion copper exports. If those the demand is going to go down in our bilateral partners, these 4 key partners, then that's going to have the shock coming to the PNG economy. So that's a risk to the outlook. We have not like fully incorporated that in our forecast, but this could materialize as we forward. This morning we heard that the tariff have been lifted except for China. So it's such a moving target. So but we just wanted to highlight what is at risk in terms of this. Then moving into the upside risk, the resource projects that are being planned, that still some of those could materialize and help the outlook. Particularly the Papua LNG project, which we have not put in our forecast because we have been hearing for many years, and it's expected the FID expected towards the end of this year, but we are still uncertain now, even so with the global outlook. So in ADO, what we also do is we look into some policy challenges. We just look into.
He further said non-resource sector also performed well, especially with coffee, copra and fish exports, which remained strong with high price. Pakatambua, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Attention all students, parents and schools. The Smart Start School promotion is back for 2025. Your school could win a school grant worth 44,000 kina. Here's how. Collect 3 empty packets of Smart Start breakfast biscuits, write your name, number and school on an envelope, put the empty packets inside and drop them into an entry box at a registered school. The school with the highest number of valid entries in each region wins. 1,000 consolation prizes are also up for grabs. Register your school now with Paradise Foods Limited. Smart Start breakfast biscuit, proudly made by Paradise Foods.
Are you tired of standing in those long lines to get your jackpot tickets? Guess what? You never have to with Telecom USSD jackpot ticket purchase. Simply dial *321#, follow the prompts, and you are set for your jackpot draw. It's as easy as 3, 2, 1. Telecom PNG, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennau, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Meet the bank for everyone, everywhere. As People's Microbank, we were proud to be a bank for the people. Now as National Banking Corporation, we are bringing modern banking to all in Papua New Guinea. With more branches and our friendly staff ready to assist you in more places, we are making money matters simple and fair. So wherever you are, however you say it, say hello better banking. Learn more at nbcpng.com.pg.
When circumstances aren't quite what they seem.
I'm the boss now.
2 sisters.
Got a sister? It's our sister dancing now.
Both determined to do what they think is right.
Say you only want to sell off a bit of the place. Which bit do you want to sacrifice? Couldn't sell the place out from under you.
Find that sometimes you have to feel a little lost before you can find your way home.
Curious, Claire, what can I do? Getting dressed might be a start.
Matt Rodsdorf, 8 p.m. Tuesday. Right here and number 1 to watch, MTV.
Join us weekly on MTV News, A Closer Look, the current affairs program that brings you insight for the latest on education, health,
appealing to all the residents.
Business,
They launched its VPN,
politics,
to infiltrate into our systems,
sports, and more.
As we observe the preparations for the women's.
A Closer Look, Sunday at 7 p.m. on your number 1 to watch, MTV.
You're watching National EMTV News. The Supreme Court has recently dismissed an application by Madang Governor Ramsey Pariwa that sought to halt former Governor Peter Yama's substantive appeal.
The application alleged bias on the part of Chief Justice Segib Salika, who had previously granted Yama an extension of time to serve court documents. This decision allows Yama's appeal to proceed to a substantive hearing. The dispute originated when Chief Justice Segib permitted Yama to serve his application beyond the standard time frame. Pariwa's legal team, led by lawyer Martin Combry, argued that this decision was influenced by a personal relationship between Sir Gibbs and Yama. They presented an affidavit from Close Protection Officer Brian Kapi, who claimed that Lady Rosita Gibuna, Sir Gibbs' wife, had disclosed familial ties with the Yama family during a conversation in 2018. Kapi alleged that Lady Rosita mentioned Yama had financed a trip for the Salikas to the Philippines in the 1990s and that their adopted son had been employed by a business arm of the Madang provincial government. Today, in an interview, here's what Yama's lawyer and Yama said.
Each application has its own terms which they applied, and each time they were unsuccessful. The very latest was in relation to the allegation against the Chief Justice. They are alleging that the Chief Justice was biased in granting the orders to serve the review application for leave to review out of time. And so they filed on 4 occasions, but each time they did not pursue that. And eventually, around about February, we were able to.
But I have had 1 or 2 or 3 statements made in many part of Madang that my name was mentioned because of this election petition has been the problem that election service delivery of Madang is not reaching the people. Now I want to make it clear to people of Madang. Election service delivery mechanism is in place. The public service is in place. The governor is in control of Madang. And governor has got all the powers that he has, that he took away from me. I have not taken any power away from him. So every money that is given every year to him to deliver service, he has the power to deliver those service. He cannot blame me for coming to election petition. And because of the election petition, the service is not reaching the people. That excuse is totally
With the dismissal of Pariwa's application, Yama's substantive appeal is set to move forward to a full hearing where the merits of the case will be thoroughly examined. Yama's appeal relates to the dismissal of his election petition case by the National Court last year. James Gukan, National EMTV News.
The road users of Doi Road in Koyari LLG in Iri Koyari district are calling on their leaders to fast-track the road construction without delay.
Representing the road users, Mr. Ogahirehi said due to the poor road conditions, it has affected other basic services like education, health and businesses as well.
We have basic government services like school, I just mentioned, Prince William's Primary School and Elementary School, and we have 8 posts there, an 8 post. As I am speaking, there's no 8 post orderly or community health worker there. The buildings are there, facilities are there, but there's no public servant serving. And the school, every year, maybe 5 or 6 teachers appointed to go there, but out of the 5 or 6, only 1 or 2. And I don't blame the teachers. I don't blame the teachers. How can a teacher come down and do his pay run, buy food or whatnot, and bring it up to feed the family? It's just the same as the community health worker or an 8 post orderly. And we have church there. There are pastors from other parts of Papua New Guinea who go and look after the community. How can this pastor come down to Port Moresby and do his shopping or meet the basic needs for the family? So these are the concerns that my people raise every now and then.
This is his appeal to their government leaders.
My appeal to the governor for Central Province, Honorable Rufina Peter, and the member for Iri Koyari, Honorable Kit Iduhu, to please work together and do something about that long forgotten, neglected, ignored road.
He gave a brief background of the road. He said a certain contractor has been awarded a contract for the 25 kilometers road, but they had not seen the work done as yet.
And the main concern is about my community's road, which is approximately 25 kilometers from Sogeri National High to the village that I've mentioned. To my understanding, during the colonial time, the road was named as Sir Hubert Murray Highway, starting from Konidobu to Doe. Commonly, the name known there is a Musgrave River. There's a big river. So it's from Sogeri to Musgrave. So the 25 kilometers road was neglected. During the colonial time, under the administration, the road was very good. We could travel by little taxis from Port Moresby to Musgrave, Doe. After we gained independence, and when the plantation, the white men who were running the plantations, when they all left, the plantations were abandoned. And that was the main reason why the road went back to a very, very bad condition these days.
Mr. Hire, he said that the district has the potential for economic activities, and the improvement of this road will be a way forward for more development. Lauren Jimal, National EMTV News.
The Foursquare Education Agency, in partnership with Medang Teachers College, has conducted an early childhood education phonics teachers training program, equipping 55 early childhood educators, and they taught with effective phonics teaching strategies. The partnership between the Foursquare Education Agency and Medang Teachers College aimed at equipping early childhood educators with the latest pedagogical skills, child development skills, and classroom management techniques. Led by a curriculum writer, lecturer, and an expert trainer from Medang Teachers College, Mrs. Rachel, and a co-writer and taught Karo Naniva, the training featured 4 demonstrations, interactive group activities, and hands-on material to support letter sound instructions in early childhood educators. Also at the training, a newly designed phonics containing international phonetics alphabet embedded with local knowledge, cultures, traditions, and the Word of God was tested and proven to be suitable for children in Papua New Guinea. Western Pacific University held its inaugural graduation yesterday that saw a total of 100 pioneering students graduate.
A total of 100 graduates received certificate in various programs, which are Certificate in Higher Education Foundation Studies, Bachelor of Arts in International Business Management, Bachelor of Science in Computer Programming, and Bachelor of Science in Computer Networks. The chairman of Western Pacific University, Edward Sasingan, said that the inaugural graduation of the new university was a historical occasion for the country.
This is not only the graduation of us witnessing the conferring of certificates and bachelors, but we also are part of the history of this university and this country. On that note, we should be proud that we are here today to see the evolution of the higher education in Papua New Guinea, the world. Indeed, through higher education, we empower individuals, strengthen communities, and build this nation. We celebrate this milestone and reflect on the transformation that it has had. May this university continue to inspire, educate, and empower generations to come.
He encouraged the graduates not to stop, but to continue with higher certificates.
Your journey as leaders, innovators, problem solvers in Papua New Guinea and the wider Pacific. You are the embodiment of resilience, ambition, and excellence. Your education must not stop with your bachelor's degree. Western Pacific University has a memorandum of agreement with University of Information Technology and Management from Poland which is a pathway for you to enable.
Member for Yalibu Pangia and former Prime Minister Peter O'Neill, while congratulating the graduates, highlighted how they have come with the idea of free education.
Education is very important in life. As many of you know, in the same year in 2012, when we were in government at that time, for the first time in the country, we introduced free education for all our students throughout the country, from elementary school up to year 12. That has set a pace for us to embark on an education journey that some of the institutions like this university are supporting to achieve for our young kids who are coming through to their life.
The event was officiated by Minister for Education together with members of Parliament from Southern Islands Province and other guests and dignitaries. Pakatambua, National EMTV News.
The 9 Mile Urban Clinic in Port Moresby has recently been upgraded with support from BSP to enhance health accessibilities for patients in the surrounding communities.
This clinic has been in operation since 2000, serving communities in 8, 9, 14, 15 and 17 miles, including Laloki and Brown River. The support was part of BSP's commitment to supporting healthcare in local communities through its annual community projects. The upgrade includes structural repairs, plumbing system upgrades, ventilation improvements, replacement of ceiling insulation, a complete external repainting of the facility and donation of medical equipment. BSP Finance and Planning Team's Head of People Governance, Mary Limo, said these upgrades resolved the clinic's long-standing maintenance concerns, greatly improving the functionality and comfort of the clinic. She emphasized on the importance of such community-driven projects to support the well-being of the communities as patients deserve a safe and comfortable environment while waiting for care. NCDPHA Director of Curative Health Services, Dr. Michael Dukap, has expressed deep gratitude for BSP's timely intervention, stating that the improvements to the clinic have raised the standard of care provided at the clinic. Lauren Jimal, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Share the love with Gullah Ice Cream, Gullah Cone Ice Creams, Gullah Stick Ice Creams, and Gullah Classic Tub Ice Creams. Happiness begins with the Gullah range of fun flavors which create taste adventures and excitement with every bite. Treat yourself. Share with a friend while chilling. The whole family will enjoy. Everyone has their favorite. Which one is yours? Share the love with Gullah Ice Creams. Gullah, Gullah, yum.
Find everything you need with just one stop. Visit our newly opened department store where quality meets affordability. Here at One Stop Shop, we provide a wide range of products from kids' toys, electronic devices, storage and travel products, kitchen utensils, home furniture, and even home decor. One Stop Shop has got you covered with a great customer service, friendly staff, safe atmosphere, and our wide range of quality products. One Stop Shop will give you peace of mind.
At IPI Catering, we understand the intricacies of the environments in which we work, providing innovative, fresh and creative catering solutions. Our experience and commitment is a winning combination, delivering great food anywhere and anytime. IPI Catering, part of the IPI group of companies.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennell, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
You
you get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
She's just going to work.
Somewhere where she should have been safe.
They go beyond the headlines.
And the monster followed her into the bathroom.
Uncovering the truth behind the biggest stories.
So that's how he was getting rid of the evidence.
Yes.
Auditing investigations and the stories that matter.
I cannot comprehend how somebody can be so depraved, so evil.
60 Minutes, 9 p.m. Sunday, right here on your number one to watch, EMTV.
How soon can we expect the final audited expenditure report for the national census? Join us Monday night at 7 as we hold discussions with national statistician Mr. John Egitoy about the recently conducted national census.
And to allude to the challenges that NSO was facing in terms of such activities, the burning down of the census materials.
That's on Monday night.
You're watching National EMTV News. Now moving to overseas news. A man has died after being attacked in his own property in Melbourne in the northwest.
Emergency services were called to a property on Churchill Avenue around 4 o'clock this morning. Police found a man with stab wounds who later died at the scene. Another man was arrested at the property. Police believe the pair were known to each other.
Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese is moving voters in Western Australia this weekend, head of Labor's official campaign launch in Perth on Sunday.
Western Australia is a crucial state for the major parties, and at the last election, winning a swag of seats meant Labor could govern in its own right. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese spent yesterday in the northwest of the state, trying to appeal to WA voters and talk up Labor's contributions to the resources sector. He'll spend today in Perth, where Labor's vying for the new seat of Bullwinkle. It's notionally Labor, but the Nationals and Liberals are trying to pick it up. Labor's seeking to defend all its seats, particularly the so-called Red Wall, 4 seats in Perth that flipped to Labor at the last election. The Prime Minister has been buoyed by a better-than-expected state election result last month and hopes it will translate to Labor retaining the seats it gained at the last federal election. Anthony Albanese has made a point of visiting Perth 30 times since he became Prime Minister and will use the city as a location for his official campaign launch on Sunday.
Trump administration has been ordered to provide daily updates on a man illegally deported to Migan prison in El Salvador.
Well, Kilmer Abrego Garcia was deported to this notorious mega prison in El Salvador last month after what immigration officials now admit was an administrative error. That's because back in 2019, a judge granted Abrego Garcia this protection order, which should have prevented his deportation to El Salvador, based on what the judge found was a credible fear that he might be persecuted if he was sent there. Immigration officials ignored that ruling, and the Trump administration has been saying ever since that there was nothing they could do to bring him back to the United States. They've also alleged that he is a member of a gang, something that the judge, Paula Zenas, said was completely baseless, that the Trump administration has provided no evidence to back that up. And Abrego Garcia's lawyer says that he has never been charged or convicted of any crime. Now, last night, the Supreme Court ruled that the government facilitate his return to the United States. The Department of Justice has said that they'll comply with that order, but they failed to comply with another order in a lower court demanding that they provide details of what they've done to try to facilitate his return. Now, the judge, Paula Zenas, today said that it was extremely troubling that a government lawyer couldn't explain what, if anything, they'd done to try to secure his return or even provide basic details about his location, his condition, and who was holding him in custody. Now, she has ordered them to provide daily updates about the steps that they're taking to try to secure Abrego Garcia's return to the United States starting from tomorrow. Shortly after she handed down that order, his lawyer spoke outside of court.
The government attorney did say that they intend to comply with the order and bring him back. That's the bare minimum. They should have done that already. They've had plenty of time between the Supreme Court's order early yesterday evening and now. He should be here in the United States. It's a 5-hour flight.
This is just one of many legal battles over the Trump administration's immigration blitz, and there was another high-profile case before the court today. That's the case of Columbia University student Mahmoud Khalil, who was arrested after leading pro-Palestine protests at the university. Now, in that case, the judge has said that the Trump administration can deport him as a national security risk. That's a finding that could have major implications for hundreds of international students who've been targeted over protest activity. It's unclear what will happen in that case. It's highly likely that his lawyers will appeal, and a federal judge has temporarily barred his removal from the country, so still a long way to play out in that case. But both of these cases have created a lot of uncertainty and a lot of fear among migrant communities here in the United States.
The United Nations is warning of an increasing humanitarian crisis in Sudan as fighting in the country continues, disrupting aid delivery to affected communities.
Nearly half of Sudan's population is facing extreme hunger, with many dying in famine-hit areas in Western Darfur. Sudan was plunged into further conflict 2 years ago when tensions between its military and paramilitary leaders boiled over in the capital, Khartoum. At least 20,000 people have been killed since then.
The fighting in Sudan enters a third year with no viable peace in sight. The Sudanese are trapped in a humanitarian crisis of industrial proportions. 2 out of 3 people need aid. That's 30 million people.
U.S. President Donald Trump has accused Russia of dragging its feet over the Ukraine war, urging to get serious about ending the conflict. Meanwhile, EU delegations, defense ministers are committing more funds back to keep war efforts.
Ukraine's European allies have pledged almost $38 billion in defence spending to their country, and a new tranche of money that will go towards missiles, new technology and other gear to help Ukraine's war efforts. Now, European and the United Kingdom's defence minister met at NATO's headquarters in Belgium on Friday, where they discussed different ways they could bolster Ukraine's air defences. They said Russia had already launched 10,000 glide bombs this year and are launching over 100 drone attacks every day. Now, about half of this money is coming from Germany, and the United Kingdom is sending about $1 billion. But despite all of this additional money, they say there's no end in sight to this war, despite promises of a ceasefire from US President Donald Trump.
We're thankful for the coalition capabilities that has been presented today to the lead nations, to the contributing nations, and it is one of the largest assistance that we are getting. We today, as John have announced, have heard the pledges of 21 billion in euro, which is one of the largest, and we're thankful to each nation that has provided this support.
Donald Trump is forging ahead with his plan of a ceasefire, writing on Truth Social that Russia needs to get a move on in what he called a senseless war that should never have started in the first place. He sent his special envoy, Steve Witkoff, to Russia on Friday to meet with Kremlin officials and the president of Russia, Vladimir Putin.
National EMTV News continues after the break with Trukai Sports. Stay with us.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
At IPI Catering, we understand the intricacies of the environments in which we work, providing innovative, fresh and creative catering solutions. Our experience and commitment is a winning combination, delivering great food anywhere and anytime. IPI Catering, part of the IPI group of companies.
There is more to what the future holds. You me holy man, no walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With money plus we're ready to go.
I'm Martha, and each week on Kai Time, we'll introduce you to local food businesses showcasing their delicious dishes. From the pasta, the white sauce. Plus, you will discover how to make tasty and affordable meals using ingredients from your local markets. Tune in to Kai Time every Wednesday at 7 p.m. right here on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. PNG International and SP Antas center Benji Court will miss the remainder of the 2025 season after sustaining an interior cruciate ligament injury during last weekend's clash against the Tweed Seagulls.
According to a statement, scans later confirmed a torn ACL that will require surgery and a lengthy rehabilitation process. It stated that recovery from an ACL injury typically spends 9 to 12 months depending on the individual and progress of rehabilitation. Powerhouse Center Benji Court will undergo surgery in the coming weeks, followed by a structured rehab program that includes physiotherapy, strength and conditioning, and progressive return to play protocols. As a player known for his physicality, work ethic and commitment to the team, Hunters are confident that Benji will attack his recovery the same way he approaches every challenge, with discipline and determination. In a recent interview, head coach Paul Leighton further gave his remarks.
Look, unfortunately for Benji, he's done an ACL, so he's going to be out for the season. He was just starting to play some really good footy, and he's being more and more consistent. I know it's a big year for Benji, so it's some really sad news for him. But we'll be right behind him, make sure he gets the best treatment and make sure that he gets the best rehab and get him back as soon as possible.
Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
Games are underway at the Bissini Soccer Grounds as teams fight for a spot in the pre-season finals.
Port Moresby Soccer Association Games Coordinator Peter Matthew gave a rundown of the competition.
We're into our week 3 this weekend. We're looking at some games been played the morning. We have to delay some games due to bad weather affecting all first games. So starting time last week come this weekend we have to drag a little bit. Na kamanta 10 o'clock to start our games and all this.
Looking ahead to the proper season, he made an appeal to the participating teams.
This last side, most of the teams now work take part in pre-season. Other regular teams last season, which Premier and by Mipla only Mogata go back. 10 teams in Premier Division, also 10 teams in First Division, and then we are looking at maybe 12 or either 14 teams Division 2. Apart from update games, we just appeal league clubs who sent made their requirements for registration. Please do so. Most time proper season come inside, and automatically we'll be looking at teams that who are fully registered take part in our proper season.
Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
Ella Wigman Club unveiled their new team jersey recently and are ready to kickstart their campaign in the PNG National Rugby League competition. Round 1 clash against Mount Again Eagles tomorrow.
The Croton Ella Wigmen were thrilled to launch their 2025 season during the week as they unveiled their new team jersey. The soft launching was a boost for the team as they prepare to take on Mount Again Eagles in what would be the grand final rematch of 2024. Wigmen still have an unfinished business with the Western Islands flagship team following the loss in the grand final. Wigmen Chief Executive Officer Patrick Talu said that his team is determined to come out strong and set a tone for the 2025 season, and the game against the Eagles is crucial. Club chairman Andy Hetra also spoke about the club's new focus, which is to focus on mixed talent and emphasizing on players who are based in Ella province. Mr. Hetra said this new initiative was aimed at strengthening the club's connection to its own province and its fans. The Wigmen will face the Mount Again Eagles at the Santos National Football Stadium in Port Moresby at 3 p.m. Pakatambua, Trukai Sports.
Trukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Accept the challenge. Choose PNG's favorite purified bottled water. True Wara, 100% PNG made.
Proudly bottled by Paradise Foods.
Are you tired of standing in those long lines to get your jackpot tickets? Guess what? You never have to with Telecom USSD jackpot ticket purchase. Simply dial *321#, follow the prompts, and you are set for your jackpot draw. It's as easy as 3, 2, 1. Telecom PNG, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Find everything you need with just one stop. Visit our newly opened department store where quality meets affordability. Here at One Stop Shop, we provide a wide range of products from kids' toys, electronic devices, storage and travel products, kitchen utensils, home furniture, and even home decor. One Stop Shop has got you covered with a great customer service, friendly staff, safe atmosphere, and our wide range of quality products. One Stop Shop will give you peace of mind.
Meet the bank for everyone, everywhere. As People's Microbank, we were proud to be a bank for the people. Now as National Banking Corporation, we are bringing modern banking to all in Papua New Guinea. With more branches and our friendly staff ready to assist you in more places, we are making money matters simple and fair. So wherever you are, however you say it, say hello better banking. Learn more at nbcpng.com.pg.
Join me every Thursday night as Sports Scene brings to you all the local and international sporting updates. Revisiting our legendary athletes.
Hi, this is David Mead.
Highlighting our local sports developments across the nation.
Always on top of them. Now an NRL team based here.
We create a pathway.
And our talented rising stars.
Hi, my name is Gemma Schnobel and you're watching.
All the younger ones should follow.
Sports Scene, Thursday nights at 7 p.m. only on your number one to watch, MTV.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
You're watching Chuka Sports. Asila Wagitumbe has prepared for this year's PNG National Rugby League competition to be held this month with the launch of its 30-man squad last night.
Former PNG captain Max Thierry congratulated the team and encouraged the players, coaching staff and officials to practice discipline in order to achieve their goals and advance to next level.
You looking now? No NRL now you looking now overseas. You make some bloody player will go back because no discipline a problem. Or player will go and hard.
He said Wagitumbe is the pride of Juaka province and they all share a common goal in their career development pathway. Thierry encouraged the players to give their best when participating in sports. He also spoke highly of the two PNG rugby ambassadors.
First player, a local PNG, and then second one, a local PNG and just in Ola. But no Arab no play. You should get plenty players who go play no NRL. But because discipline is one problem no people no problem.
Wagitumbe Chief Executive Officer and Deputy Chairman Tumun Kauma acknowledged Jiwaka Provincial Government and Asila Security Services' consistent support. Lauren Jimal, Trukai Sports.
Two school teams from Lae are qualified for the NRL Bid Grand Finals in Port Moresby next month after Pool B match in Goroka, Eastern Highlands Province.
Both Year 7 and 8 and Year 9 and 10 teams have remained undefeated in the PNG NRL School Championships in Goroka, making their way to the Bid Grand Final. The PNG NRL National School Championships kicked off in Goroka on Monday and continued through Tuesday, with the Year 9 and 10 group matches played on Wednesday. Both late teams won their matches. The games on Monday resulted in Year 7 and 8 lay boys qualifying for the finals, where they will face the Year 7 and 8 Central boys at the National Football Stadium in Port Moresby on May 10th. The Year 7 and 8 Pool B group matches on Monday, the lay team won 2 out of the 3 games played. The Year 9 and 10 Fest match saw Lay defeated Goroka pointless with 18-0 at full time. The second game between Lay and Mount Again ended with Lay defeating Mount Again 20-10, while the final match saw Goroka 28 and Mount Again 10. The final matches for male and female teams concluded yesterday. This will wrap up the championships, leading to the grand final in Port Moresby next month. Lauren Jimal, Trukai Sports.
That ends Trukai Sports. The Money Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
At IPI Catering, we understand the intricacies of the environments in which we work, providing innovative, fresh and creative catering solutions. Our experience and commitment is a winning combination, delivering great food anywhere and anytime. IPI Catering, part of the IPI group of companies.
Find everything you need with just one stop. Visit our newly opened department store where quality meets affordability. Here at One Stop Shop, we provide a wide range of products from kids' toys, electronic devices, storage and travel products, kitchen utensils, home furniture, and even home decor. One Stop Shop has got you covered with a great customer service, friendly staff, safe atmosphere, and our wide range of quality products. One Stop Shop will give you peace of mind.
How soon can we expect the final audited expenditure report for the national census? Join us Monday night at 7 as we hold discussions with national statistician Mr. John Egitoy about the recently conducted national census.
And to allude to the challenges that NSO was facing in terms of such activities, the burning down of the census materials.
That's on Monday night.
Dreaming for more than the life we've known. There is more to what the future holds. You may hold him and walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With Money Plus, we're ready to go.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
The Money Plus weather report for the next 24 hours. In the southern region, Port Moresby City, cloudy periods with rain showers and thunderstorm. Daru, cloudy periods with some rain showers and possible thunderstorm. Kerema, cloudy periods with some rain showers at times and possible thunderstorm. Alotau, cloudy periods with some rain showers and possible thunderstorm. And Popondetta, cloudy periods with some rain showers and possible thunderstorms. In the Mombasa region, Lay City, mostly cloudy with chances of few showers. Madang, cloudy periods with some rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Wewak, partly cloudy, and Vanimo, partly cloudy with some showers and possible thunderstorm. In the New Guinea Island region, Lorengau, cloudy periods with some rain showers at times and thunderstorms. KVN, some showers at times with possible thunderstorm. Kokopo and Rabaul, cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorm. Kimbe, cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. And Buka, cloudy with some rain showers and possible thunderstorms. And in the Highlands region, Mount Hagen City, cloudy periods with some rain showers and possible thunderstorm. Goroka, Bans and Kundiyawa, cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. And Mendi, Tari and Wabeg, cloudy periods with rain showers and possible thunderstorms.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Saturday, the 12th of April, 2025. From all of us here, pleasant viewing and good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.